Disneyland ticket prices for Australians range across 7 pricing tiers, and they can cost anywhere from $104 to $224 for a single day. But smart planning can cut those costs dramatically. Understanding Disney's pricing system and exclusive offers for Australian residents could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars on your California adventure. To both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Let's start with the basics. Disneyland abandoned simple pricing years ago. In 2016, they introduced demand-based pricing, which means charging more when more people want to visit. Think of it like airline tickets or hotel rooms. Christmas week costs top dollar, but a random Tuesday in February runs much cheaper. The tier system works like this. Tier 0 starts at $104 for adults, while Tier 6 hits a staggering $224. Here is the key detail most people miss. If you buy a Tier 4 ticket, you can use it on any day designated as Tier 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. However, a Tier 0 ticket only works on Tier 0 days. It is like buying a flexible movie ticket versus one locked to a specific showtime. For Australian families, these numbers translate to serious money. At current exchange rates, that top-tier $224 ticket costs about $325 Australian dollars per person. A family of 4 visiting on peak days could easily spend $1,300 just on admission before they have bought a single churro. Disney just made things more expensive. In October 2025, they raised prices again, with the top tier jumping from $206 to $224. That's an 8.7% increase. This continues a trend that has seen ticket prices increase by over 125% in the past decade alone. Disneyland tickets have increased 7.85% year over year since the park opened in 1955, far outpacing inflation. The good news? Multi-day tickets do not follow this tier system. A 3-day park hopper ticket allows access to both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure parks, and costs the same whether you visit during Christmas week or quiet January days. For Australians making the long journey, this information is crucial. You are not penalised for when you visit if you are staying multiple days. Here is where it gets interesting for Australians. Disney created exclusive deals specifically for Australian and New Zealand residents, something they typically only offer to Southern California locals. Through partnerships with Flight Centre, Hello World Travel, the ASX-listed Australian travel company, Klook, the Hong Kong-based travel booking platform, and other authorised sellers, Australians can access savings of up to 25% on select tickets. The Australia and New Zealand resident offer covers 3-day, 4-day, and 5-day tickets, valid for travel between May 2025 and October 2026. But there is a catch. You need valid proof of Australian residency, including government-issued photo ID, both when purchasing and when entering the parks. They take verification seriously. One Australian traveller shared their actual costs, $1,061 Australian dollars per person for a 4-day park hopper with Lightning Lane access. When you break that down, it is substantial but manageable when you consider the alternative of paying full price at the gate. Flights often represent the biggest expense. Economy returns from Melbourne to Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, typically run $1,400 to $2,200 Australian dollars per person. However, one traveller used Qantas points strategically, paying only $350 cash plus 83,800 points per person. Alternative carriers such as Virgin Australia and United Airlines also service this route. If you have been accumulating frequent flyer points, this could be the perfect time to use them. Timing. Your visit makes an enormous difference. September emerges as the sweet spot because it is traditionally the least crowded month after Labor Day when American schools resume. Not only are crowds lighter, but hotels, including Good Neighbour hotels, and on-property options like the Disneyland Hotel, offer their lowest rates, and Disney releases its best special offers during this period. The cheapest tickets, those Tier 0 days, are surprisingly rare. Disney only designated 38 days as Tier 0 throughout 2025. These fall almost exclusively on weekdays when schools are in session, typically midweek Tuesdays through Thursdays during off-peak seasons. Winter offers the best value overall. Mid-January through February represents the least expensive time to visit, avoiding Christmas break crowds and major holidays like Martin Luther King Day and President's Day. The weather stays mild, crowds remain minimal, and ticket prices hit their lowest points. For savvy Australians, booking strategy matters enormously for savings. Third-party sellers like Klook often beat Disney's direct prices, especially during promotional periods. Using discount codes can provide up to 10% off, while cashback sites like Cash Rewards, the Australian cashback platform, offer another 2.5% back on bookings. The mathematics of multi-day tickets strongly favour longer stays. While authorised sellers cannot discount single-day tickets below Disney's prices, multi-day tickets see significant per-day reductions. A 5-day ticket costs $520, working out to $104 per day. That is the same as the cheapest single-day rate. Purchasing tickets well in advance protects against Disney's annual price increases. Based on historical patterns, the next price increase will likely occur around October 2026. Buying now locks in current rates and shields you from what has become an inevitable annual tradition. Disney's pricing evolution tells a fascinating story. When the park opened in 1955, Walt Disney charged just $1 for admission, which is about $11.53 in today's money. Guests then paid extra for each ride, from 10 cents for children to 23 cents for adults. The famous E-ticket designation, introduced in 1959 for premium attractions, eventually became synonymous with thrilling experiences. Astronaut Sally Ride famously described her first space mission as a real E-ticket ride. The shift to all-inclusive pricing came in 1982, but the introduction of demand-based pricing in 2016 marked the biggest change since the park's early days. Disney's philosophy evolved from Walt's original vision of affordable family entertainment to what critics describe as premium pricing for premium experiences. Currency exchange adds another layer of complexity for Australians. The Australian dollar has declined 4.38% against the United States dollar over the past decade, reducing purchasing power for international travel. However, recent trends show the Aussie dollar strengthening, gaining 3.33% year-to-date against the greenback. Monitoring exchange rates and purchasing tickets when the dollar is strong can yield additional savings. Special events create both opportunities and challenges. The 70th anniversary celebrations, featuring new attractions like Tiana's Bayou Adventure and spectacular shows including World of Colour Happiness, run from May 2025 through August 9th, 2026, generating higher demand and pricing, but also unique ticket offers. Disney released anniversary-specific packages, including 4-day tickets for $100 per day, valid through August 2025. California residents receive some of the best deals, including winter and spring 2026 offers, providing 3-day park hopper tickets for just $83 per day. While these offers are not available to Australians, they illustrate Disney's willingness to discount substantially when targeting specific markets. The Children's Summer Deal for 2026 presents remarkable value. Kids ages 3 to 9 can access park hopper tickets starting at $50 for 1 day during the summer promotion period, compared to standard prices of $189. For Australian families with young children, timing a visit during this window could provide substantial savings. Looking ahead, Disney shows no signs of slowing price increases. The company views its parks as premium experiences, commanding premium pricing. For families, a week-long Disneyland vacation now costs as much as international travel to Europe or Asia, depending on your departure point from Australia. The challenge for Australian visitors lies in maximising value while minimising costs. Exclusive resident deals, strategic timing, advanced purchasing, and smart booking platforms can collectively save hundreds of dollars per person. Combined with careful flight booking through LAX and accommodation choices from Good Neighbour hotels to the Grand Californian, a Disneyland vacation remains achievable for Australian families willing to plan strategically. The Magic Kingdom that once cost $1 to enter now represents a significant investment. But for those who navigate the pricing maze successfully, the experience remains as Walt Disney intended: magical, memorable, and worth every carefully saved dollar.